Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Mouseketeer known as Stevie, and beside me is my co-host, the all-knowing crown jewel of Disney fandom, Cameron. We are just two dads raised on the mouse, here to give you tips, tricks, news, and overall entertainment for all things Disney. So turn us up in your pumpkin carriage, or maybe you're watching us on a magic mirror. But either way, we invite you to be our guest for an episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. For many of you, I know it's your favorite time of the week. I know it is our favorite time of the week. Cam, how are you feeling?
Listen, anytime we get to talk about Disney, I'm a happy little guy, just a happy little guy. We get to talk about Disney. It's a Tuesday night, long day at work.
Oh,
but you know
yeah.
what? It's okay because we're talking about Disney tonight. For those that are watching, my background is a mess. We're in the process of buying a house, which means we're in the process of packing things. Get over it. This is what the studio at La Casa de Cam is going to look like for a couple months until we're officially in the new place. So love it or leave it. That's where we're at.
I can't wait to see what you build out for your Disney studio at your new location.
It's gonna be sick. The office is massive. The room I'm in right now, which is like my office, is very tiny, but the new office
it's a closet.
Yeah, it is. It literally is a closet, feels like. But the new house is gonna have a lot of room for like an actual workstation and
There
a
we
little
go.
man cave area where we're gonna get the big TV. We're getting the couch. I'm like already thinking it's gonna be that's gonna be Patriots designed or decorated, mixed with some other of my Boston sports, but that's
I
gonna be
like
mainly
it. I like it.
Patriots. Then the office side is gonna be more of my Disney stuff and just random nerd stuff. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited for it. But we'll get there when we get
Beautiful. All right. Well, Cam, I think we should jump right into things. So we're going to kick things off with our Mouseketeer moments. So Cam, do you have a Mouseketeer moment for us this week?
I do, Stevie, and it's going to be a continuation from my Mouseketeer moment last week. So last week I shared one of my Mouseketeer moments was my brother-in-law Jason. Shout out Jason, hit me up and he's like, "Hey, I know we've been talking about getting to Lorcana. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's plan a night. We're going to go ahead and get it done." So he went to the local card shop in Hingham. He picked himself up a couple booster or starter decks. He picked myself up one, which comes from their new set Fabled, which, Stevie, this is what might get you into a Lorcana, and you're wearing the appropriate shirt now. But the newest set has a theme deck that is all like Goofy movie themed. So like, I don't know if you can see it, the people watching, but like there's a Powerline card.
That's
there's like
awesome.
a Max Goof card. And so he bought those last week. That was my Mouseketeer moment. But then this past weekend, we actually got to play it, and I had a blast because he was buying so much stuff from the card shop. They were just like handing him free things. They were giving him booster packs. One of the boxes he ended up buying came with this like Goofy movie lore counter, which is like how you keep track of points of the game. So he ended up giving that to me because he's like, "Listen, it has Powerline, Goofy, Max, so it goes with your set." They were giving him like free like boxes, so I'm using this as like a deck box, so it's Goofy from the camping scene from Goofy movie, but just a really fun game. So I grew up playing TCGs as a kid, specifically Pokemon. Stepped away from it, got back into like Pokemon TCG during COVID just because it was something you could do online while we were all kind of on lockdown. But I haven't played in a while, so I was getting this itch to get back into trading card games just because they are good times, especially if you have friends that are into it. And luckily Jason was into it, so we both did it. I lost both games against him, but I had so much fun doing it. Like, it was just a good time, especially that was my first time playing the set. He'd played a couple hands online on there's like AI apps so you can play with them. And he actually went to like an in-person card shop and played with some people, so he had a little more experience than I did. But just a great time hanging out with my brother-in-law, doing something Disney related, which isn't really his jam. It's more my jam, but his jam is like gaming, card games, board games, video games, all that stuff. So it was cool to combine like my love for Disney, his love for like trading card games and board games and all that stuff, and have a nice little brother-in-law sesh, which was really nice.
That's awesome. I've been into trading cards in so long. Pokemon obviously was a huge one, but I remember I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Same.
Big time into Yu-Gi-Oh, like to the point where like I was like getting into fights at school over Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like we were, it would start because remember they would come with like the mat that you can fold out,
Yep.
and so it would start on the mat, and then somewhere between the beginning and end of recess, someone was getting tackled. Like we
Dude,
were getting into it.
did you watch the anime?
Oh yeah, I
You know
used to
the
always watch the
thing.
anime.
This is
Oh
sorry for everybody. The arm. There was like an arm thing where they would
the
play the
arm
cards.
bar.
I had that.
Yeah.
It was sick. So I'd go
Oh,
to my cousin's
you
house.
so lucky.
He had, I forget the people's names. One of them was Yugi. That was the good guy. The guy that had blue eyes, white dragon, whatever. My cousin Chris had that one. I had Yugi's, and we would just play on Friday nights for hours and hours and hours. And then I'd go home, and there was a Yu-Gi-Oh TCG like game you could get for the Game Boy SP back in the or PSP, whatever it was called back in the day.
Yep, I think I
I would go
remember that.
home and I would like sneak that playing under the sheets in bed after just playing the card game. What a great game. But I know it's not Disney, but card games, fun, good times.
Yeah.
What's your Musketeer moment, my friend?
So my Mouseketeer moment, I have been jumping back into catching up on TV shows and even rewatching some shows. So for me, I know I've said this before on the pod, but a show that I really got into because it started around the time my daughter was born, is this show called Kith. It is essentially an animated show, cartoon squirrel, and her
Is he
best
blue?
friend. Yeah, the blue
Okay, that
bunny.
one. Yeah.
I love that show. And what's crazy is there's so much like interesting lore, like whether it is like little music jingles in the background going on, or certain characters in the background. One thing that I love that they do with every episode is they what's it called? Every episode they put like a sponsor. So it'll start off by like, oh, this episode is called this, and it'll show like the janitor from the school like putting it up on a billboard,
Yeah.
and it'll say sponsored by, and whatever the sponsor is, it's almost like an Easter egg to like find that sponsor somewhere
Gotcha.
in that episode. So
Yeah.
it might be like a restaurant that they end up like having lunch at, or some weird like paperclip company or broom company, and it's so like obscure, but it's hilarious. So
What's
I
this
love
on?
that.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Oh yeah, it's on Disney Plus, so it
Gotcha.
has 2 seasons. The second season actually just ended. They actually just had a Lord of the Rings style episode
Oh yeah,
that was hilarious.
I love that.
Absolutely hilarious. But they called it Lord of the Ring Light.
Gotcha.
So it had to do a lot with social media and everything like that. So that was one show, and then another show that I've been not catching up on, but kind of rewatching just because I love it so much. Gravity Falls. I don't know if you've ever watched
I
Gravity
know
Falls.
what it is. Never got into it. Would love to though. I've heard great things about it.
I feel like you would love it. It is such an awesome show, and I have to say, out of all of the TV show villains, there's a villain on that show called Bill Cipher that is unhinged, but amazing. The story of it, like I was a little disappointed that I didn't come into this show like when it was still like on air. I mean, they still play it now on like Disney XD from time to time, kind of like how they brought back Phineas and Ferb, but like Disney XD had like all those shows, DuckTales, all those like awesome reboots.
Yeah.
But Gravity Falls, there's so much like, it's not creepy, but it's kind of like, imagine like if Area 51 kind of spilled out into like a little town in the middle of Montana.
So like Courage, but nicer than Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. So essentially, it follows these two twins, Dipper and Mabel, who are staying with their uncle.
I like
Their
that guy. He looks
uncle.
funny.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's got the little
Absolutely
hat.
hilarious.
He's got the little
Yeah.
blue-looking hat.
Yeah. So he is hilarious. He runs this little shop called the Mystery Shack, where essentially it's a cash grab sideshow attraction where it's like a bunch of like fake things like, oh, I'm going to glue some antlers on a bear and have people walk through and be like, oh, look at the great, deer bear
Yeah.
monster. And people like take pictures and they love it and they buy, trinkets. One
Yeah.
of those, like Route 66
Yeah.
trashy kind of places. That's really what it is. But it turns out the town of Gravity Falls actually has all this crazy stuff
Yeah.
really going on, like monsters and magic and gnomes and stuff like that. And it's
That does seem up
so
my alley. I like that. So I might
oh,
have to give it a watch.
watch 2 episodes and you will be hooked.
All right. Well,
Absolutely hooked.
let's do this, Stevie. Let's get through this episode because your boy, I'm a little tired, but I could stand for a little TV tonight. I might get through 2 episodes of Gravity Falls tonight. We'll see.
Perfect. But yes, those are my Mouseketeer moments. You would love Gravity. I would rewatch Gravity Falls with you, to be completely
We'll do
honest.
it.
I'll
Well, like
restart
I'm dead serious. Like if
what?
we finish this episode early enough, I actually could strongly see myself on the iPad in bed, not falling asleep, trying to watch at least 2 episodes. But I will report back next week.
Yes, that awesome. You got to watch it. But yeah, that's my Mouseketeer moment for this week.
Awesome. My other Mouseketeer moment, real quick. I'm gonna make this Disney related because we're using the ESPN Fantasy app, which is owned by Disney. Big
Yes.
matchup this week between Stevie's teams and my team. Very excited. Stevie is projected to win right now. Waiver wire has not gone through at the time of this recording, so check back next week to see who won the great battle between Stevie and Cam. It's probably going to be Stevie because my team is a little banged up right now on purpose. I picked some players that were coming into the season injured, but hoping to get them right sooner rather than later. But we'll see what happens. But
all I'm gonna say is,
actually,
if
you know
Derrick
what?
Henry bounces back from the absolute dumpster fire that he was this past week, then you're in trouble.
Quick shout out though to the moms of Mom Ventures around the kingdom, because I just realized my wife Lisa beat Stevie in our fantasy league, and then I also have a work fantasy league that I'm with Stevie's wife Katie in, and Katie actually didn't kick my ass. My wife kicked your ass. Your wife.
Oh, what? Yeah,
barely beat me
100%. Katie beat you.
By
It
4
was a
points.
neck and neck battle, but she beat you.
Yes.
From Thursday night, Lisa dog walked me.
Do the kids still say mollywop? Do you think the kids say mollywop? Because I think that's what happened.
Right hook. My team was limp. I was like, you know what? I'm off to a strong start. Deebo Samuels looks good. And then Sunday, I was just sitting there going, what is happening?
Yeah, no.
Every second, it was just like one touchdown after another. And she didn't even she had a wide receiver for the Bears that went off that she didn't even play. I was like, she could have scored, like, beat me by 70 points, to be completely honest.
She's pretty upset. So in our fantasy league, whoever gets the highest score for that week wins $5. And she missed out on that by like 10 points because my cousin Lucas, his team also went off. So I think Lisa had second most points in our league this week, and Lucas got first place points, so he got $5 this week. But Lisa really wanted that $5. So, but yeah, both our wives beat the other spouse, so it was pretty funny. But yeah, let's get to this week's topic. We're gonna do a little something. This we could probably do a couple times throughout this tenure of Dadventures.
Yeah, why not?
Because it's kind of evergreen, and we can kind of change it up. But this is gonna be called Disney This or That. So I came up with 10 would you rather situations that both Stevie and I will answer. I'm going to answer them even though I came up with them, but Stevie has no idea what they are. So I kind of have an idea, but honestly, some of the answers, I was going through them with my wife Lisa last night, and even today I've already changed some of them in my head. So it all really depends on my mood, but should we get going? So we're going to do this or that. So I'm going to give you 2 options. You pick which one, and I give a little reason why. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Let's do this.
I got 10 of these. So first of them, would you rather this or that, a week-long trip to Walt Disney World staying at the All-Star Sports, or a 2-night Disney World trip staying at the Polynesian Resort? So the kind of this or that aspect of it is longer trip, worse hotel, shorter trip, way nicer hotel.
I will take the longer trip.
I don't like how long you took. You are correct. That's the right answer. There's no wrong answer. but that's the right. Here's the reason why. Oh, you go give your reason.
Well, I the reason why it took me a little bit longer is because in my mind, and I know my wife is listening, but I'm thinking, is this a me trip? Is this a just me and my wife trip, or is this the whole Jenkins clan trip?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think like, all right, if I stayed at All Star Resort, how would that work? Because I'm not a huge fan of their rooms, and then also having the sleep tent and the playpen for my daughter to sleep in. So all of that, and I was like, that'd be really cramped, but I will be there longer. I mean, obviously, if I was by myself, it's it's a no-brainer. Like All-Star Resort by myself, I'm never going to be there. I'm going to rope drop. I'm there from, rope drop till final firework pop. Like it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Whoa,
But
Stevie, that was a bar rope drop to firework pop, dude. Write that down somewhere. That's a shirt. That's such a bar. Holy
I'll
cow. Okay,
write it
continue with
down.
going. I'm writing this down.
But that would like that, no problem. But yeah, so it's really just more of thinking as a family man. The Polynesian would give more space, but the trip would be very short. But I think I would just for the experience, I would bite the bullet and take All Star Resort. But that's why there was a delay for me, because I was like, how would I want to go about this? Like, who's
Yeah.
actually there with me?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to think of it logically, like, so I was kind of doing this like non-logically. It's like, okay, basically the would you rather is worse hotel, longer stay, shorter
Yep.
stay, but way better hotel. If you think about it logically, the 1 week at All Stars makes complete sense because if you're doing 2 days, you're going to cram everything in 2 days. You're not going to be at the hotel. But if you take that part of it, just like, would you rather stay at a nicer hotel but have a short trip? Blah blah. The answer is always going to be the longer trip, no matter what. I will give me a tent in
Yeah.
like not even in Fort Wilderness because that's too nice. Like uh, on I-4 somewhere, throw me in a tent. And I would rather stay there for 3 weeks than any of these options. I'm on record. I hate the All Star Sports. I think it's the worst hotel on Disney property. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
I
Hate it.
hate
Hate
the
it.
All Stars, just the
I,
All Stars in
I
general.
I can
I'm not a
appreciate
huge
All
fan
Star.
of.
I can appreciate All Star movies. At least the theming is cool. But the rooms, yeah, no, I'm all set. But I do get for a lot of people, that is a great option. Like your boy, like that was a great option in
Yeah.
college kind of thing. Even younger, smaller families, like Disney is expensive, so I'm not going to knock it. Like that is a great hotel, but like once you stayed at the Riviera, like it's tough going back to like
And
an All Star kind of thing. You know
agreed.
what I mean? That's what's
Yeah.
tough about it.
And
Um,
I think that's really what it is. We've been spoiled.
yeah,
So to be
I've
completely honest,
stayed
I
at some of
can't.
these. Like,
Yeah, like I can't remember where I stayed at the first time I went when I was 19. I just it was a blur. But the first time that my wife and I went, me and Katie went, we went and we stayed at Saratoga Springs. And I was like, this is beautiful. Like I
yeah,
love like, oh, this is what it's like going to Disney as an adult, but
yeah,
I was living it up. And then the next time that we went, we stayed at All Star and I was like, this is this is like RV living. I'm not a huge fan of this room, but
and
again, we
for
were
what it
out
is,
all day.
yeah, for what it is though, it is a good route option. Like I hate knocking it because the
Yeah.
rooms are clean. Like it's not a motel. You're not at a Motel 6 on Route 1 near Gillette Stadium. Like that's not what it is. It's a very clean room. It's smaller. You have a lot more people there. You don't have like the indoor access to your room. It is motel style as far as like you're out in the elements kind of thing. The benefits of
Yeah.
it are great. It's just like I said, I'd rather
It's
poly
not the
personally.
best.
But again, I'm taking it for a week long trip at Disney. Yeah, give me a tent on I-4. I'll take the All Star Sports. But all right, cool. So that's number
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Next one. And this is not all parks related. This is going to be Pixar, Star Wars, parks, all the good stuff that we always talk about here. Next one is Disney animated related. Would you rather serve as a minion for a Hades or Ursula?
I think I'm gonna go with Hades.
You,
I
mhm.
don't like the idea of being turned into one of those shrimp things that Ursula's got in her lair. Whereas what is it, Pain and Panic?
And then Panic Hat. Yep.
Yeah, I would much rather be in their shoes than than the alternative of Ursula. Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
I agree. Also, Hades is my favorite Disney villain. He's hilarious. I know, like, if you're his minion, like, there's some abuse he gives to Pain and Panic. Like, so I get where that'd be coming with it, but yeah, I don't want to be turned into an eel with the glowing yellow eyes. I'm all set.
Yeah,
Or even
nope.
worse, actually, you're not even turning into the eel. You're turning into like the little shrivelly thing in
Like I
the
said, those
cup.
those
Yeah,
shrimp things.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
nope.
the answer is definitely Hades. But okay, that's number 2. Number 3. Which superhero team would you rather be on? And there's 3 options for this one, Stevie.
Okay.
This, that, or the other is what will be for this one. Big Hero 6, The Incredibles, or The Avengers. We're talking just the original 6 Avengers.
Big Hero 6, The Incredibles, or The Avengers, the original 6.
Yeah, so that would be Cap, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Black Widow. So you don't get Spidey, you don't get Black Panther. And this is just like, who do you want to hang out with, like, as a team? Like, who would you want to be? We're thinking about the team aspects here.
I'm gonna go with The Avengers. And honestly, the reason being is Big Hero 6, they seem like a fun group, but they're really not superheroes, if we're being completely honest. They're glorified MIT students with some nice gadgets.
That's
Like, and
Iron Man,
again,
though. That's literally Iron Man.
and but they again, there's a difference between nice gadgets and like high end tech. It's kind of like comparing Riri Williams to the rest of her class. It was like there was a huge difference.
They're still
And
heroes, though.
I don't know. I
Like,
guess
Batman's
I
a superhero.
don't.
He doesn't have powers. He has gadgets. Uh, think of it just like as who you're hanging out with.
Yeah, and if I'm and yeah, and then on that point, as far as like who I'm hanging out with, I don't want to hang out with the Incredibles at all.
Really? Why not?
Not at all. And I think it's just kind of that aspect of you kind of I would feel like the third wheel. They're a family.
Yeah, but
I'm
think of
not
all the
I'm not
contingencies
part
you
of that
get.
family.
Think of who you'd get, though. You get to hang out with Frozone. You get Edna Mode as a babysitter.
Yeah, I don't want the Incredibles. I guess personally, I don't feel like I could really connect with that group of people. The only person out of all of that, yeah, I would like hanging out with Frozone and maybe Dash. But other than that, I guess, yeah, personally, Elastigirl, Mr. Incredible, I'm just not there. I feel like I can't really relate with them too much or have a great time with them. And so the Incredibles, I feel like I could have a good time with Captain America. I could have a good time with Natasha. I could have a good time even with Iron Man and Bruce Banner. But the others is just like I don't think it would work for me.
See,
So yeah, I'm going with the Avengers.
everyone knows I'm a huge Marvel guy, right? Like that's my bread and butter. That's my jam.
Yep.
If you are watching a YouTube video, there's my Marvel Funkos right behind me. Love Marvel. I actually am picking The Incredibles. I think it'd be cool to be with a super hero family,
Okay.
especially now that I'm a dad. Like, I really thought I was coming into this episode. I was like, yeah, of course, Avengers. But if it's just like hang out with, like, I think it'd be nice, like Sunday supper with the Parr family. Frozone comes over with his wife. Edna comes over. Like, I think it'd be cool to like connect with like another dad. And I know like some of the like Hawkeye's a dad and Tony becomes a dad, whatever, before he gets snapped or not snapped, but RIP'd. Um, but I think the Incredibles would be super fun to hang out with for like a little bit and be great to the family, bring my family into their family, do double dates. I think it would be kind of fun and interesting.
To be completely honest, if I really had my choice, give me the family from Up and Away.
I
I
don't even
would
know what
I
that
would
is.
Up and Away from Disney Channel movie.
Sorry. Yep, that one. Got it. Got it. In my head, I
I
was thinking Sky High, and I was like, I don't think that's what that's called. Nope, you're right.
Oh yeah, no, yep,
Yeah.
Up and Away. I would definitely hang out with them.
All right. So that was number 3. Next up, it is the middle of the night. The park is shut down, Stevie. The ride is not operating, but you're just in this ride dark. Which would you rather spend the night in? It's a Small World or the Haunted Mansion? Again, no, the ride is not happening. You're just in this room with all the dolls or all the special effects from Haunted Mansion. Which one are you doing? It kind of depends on what your creepiness level is, right?
So it's a small world or haunted mansion.
Yep. So
Everything is off.
everything's off. You're in an eerily silent. It's a Small World with those creepy dolls, or you're in an eerily silent Haunted Mansion. And when you give your answer, where are you sleeping? Where you laying your head down at night? If you want to think about it, I can give my answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one for a sec.
All right. So I came into this thinking I was going to do the Haunted Mansion. I think I'm
Mhm.
actually going to do It's a Small World. I think the sound of the water might like help me calm down about the creepiness of everything. I was specifically thinking if I parked myself in the rainforest room, because I can deal with the animals. It's if
Mhm.
I had the little creepy children dolls staring at me, like I woke up in the middle of the night to go pee, like that would concern me. But
Yep.
I think I could get over like the little smiling crocodile and like the winking hippo. I think I could get over that fear with it. Either one, I would not want to do either. Both of these would terrify me. Like the dolls in Small World freaked me out like to no end. And then Haunted Mansion, I don't even know where would I put my head at night, like kind of thing. Like I'm not going to the attic. That would scare me. Um, I guess now that the Hatbox Ghost is where he's at, I don't want to be next to that animatronic either. Like that would freak me out in the middle of the night. So I think I would go with Small World, even though I'm so creeped out by the dolls. But like I said, I think my caveat would be like, oh well, if I go in the animal room, like maybe I'll be okay.
Honestly, I think I would pick um haunted mansion.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would definitely. I think I'd rather be in haunted mansion, and quite honestly, again, everything's off. I would lay down in the dining room with the organ and all of that because it's really just a room with a lot of mirrors.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I know there's animatronics kind of like under the track,
You're right. They're not actually in there,
but
so you have some room for activities there, Stevie. That's a great point.
so and I would probably just sleep on the table. Like I'd
That's a
roll up in my
great
sleeping
point.
bag and I'd be right on the table. And I think that would be because it looks like obviously because of the effects and the
Yeah, the
mirrors and
pepper
everything,
ghost.
it makes it look like there's so much going on there. But and I can't even remember if those like like the dancing and all of that, if that's at ground level, because from what I remember, I think there's animatronics above the track and below it, but
Yeah, for the pepper ghost effect.
I'm not sure how many things are actually on ground level.
I don't think there's a single one that's on the ground level like that you actually are looking at. I think everything is like
The only thing I
in the
can
dining
think
room itself. I
of,
don't think there's a single animatronic. They're all underneath you with the Pepper's ghost effect.
yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe the guy that's on the organ. I think that might be the only
Maybe.
animatronic in that room.
Yeah, and as long as you turn your head away, I think you'd be fine. That's actually probably a good point. That's a great point.
Yeah, so I think that's the room that I would sleep in. Yeah, because I could wake up and there's not going to be anything popping out to scare me. Like there's no
Yeah.
animatronic that might like just turn on, no Five Nights at Freddy type of situation. But because yeah, I don't think I could not look at those dolls if it's
No.
completely dark. I remember when my wife told me that she used to have an American Girl doll because obviously I had never seen American Girl dolls before, and like seeing them all, I was like, "Oh God, no, nope, nope." I've told my wife I will never buy one for Jazz.
We've
If
had
she
like
wants
15
one,
in my house.
somebody else will have to buy one. I am not buying an American doll. They creep me out. It is essentially they're just better dressed Annabelles. Nope, not doing it. Not
Fair.
doing it.
Very fair.
But so yeah, I'm going with Haunted Mansion. I do have to ask, did you see the Haunted Mansion remake?
I got through the first 30 minutes and fell asleep. I liked what I saw. I just was tired. I like Danny DeVito though.
Mm. Yeah, I with Owen Wilson and all that, that was really, really good.
Have you
Chef's
seen?
kiss. Actually, I like it better than the Eddie Murphy one.
Oh, I mean, that's what I was about to say. I was going to say, have you seen the Eddie Murphy one? Dude, watching paint dry is better than the Eddie Murphy one. That movie stunk.
Yeah, it was so slow.
Oh, bad.
Whereas this new one, with the elevated effects and the Hatbox Ghost, the story, all of that,
Yeah.
way better.
Yeah,
Way
it's
better.
going to be definitely a spooky time movie I'm going to need to watch.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
putting that on the list for Halloween episode.
Yeah, that'd actually be a good little review. We'll pin that one.
Yep.
Number 5, halfway there after this one. Would you rather your nose get bigger every time you lied like Pinocchio or have Dory's memory loss? This is a chalk answer for me. It's Dory's memory loss. Could you imagine somebody being like, my wife looks good and everything, but like just a random person be like, oh, does this hat look nice? And I had to lie and say, yeah, it does. And then my nose knocks the hat off them. No, can't do that. That's crazy. Can't do that. I want to have the memory loss. It's a good excuse for a lot of things. Oh, sorry, boss. I didn't get that assignment done. The old noggin just doesn't work like it used to, boss. Sorry, Teresa. But yeah, I think that's my pick.
I think for me, I'm gonna go with the Pinocchio nose.
That makes sense for you. You're a very straight shooter, Stevie. So like that
Yeah.
won't be a problem for you.
Yeah, I could be a very straight shooter. I already forget things. The amount of times where my wife will ask me for three things. I'll be like, can you go upstairs? Can you get Jazz's shoes? Can you get some more diapers for the diaper bag? And can you get her, Minnie Mouse sweatshirt? All right, babe, no problem. From the 25, 27 steps from my first floor to the second floor, I somehow that list in my head already dwindles down, and I might get to the top of my stairs and make that left turn to go to my daughter's room. I might look into this very office and be like, oh, that's a pretty cool sticker.
So you're just Dory then.
I'm pretty much already Dory. And then I'll go in and I'll be like, all right. And I'll remember one of the things. And I'll look and be like, all right, let me grab the diapers. And I'll come back downstairs. And my wife will just look at me and just, where's her shoes?
Poor Katie.
Oh, let me go back. And I'll go back up and get the shoes and then come back downstairs. Where'd you put her sweatshirt? God. And so I'm like, I'm already there. Whereas it would be, yeah, I can be a straight shooter. It might just make things a little more difficult when I'm trying to sugarcoat things, because I do try to put let's just say a nicer filter on what I want to say. I've gotten very good at masking my straight shots in some sarcasm, but I can definitely be a straight shooter, and so I know it would probably be beneficial for everybody if I went with the Pinocchio instead of the Dory, because if I forgot more than what I already forget now, we're doomed.
Yeah.
We are doomed.
Your boy, I would be. I don't lie about like legit things. It's like I lie because I'm trying to be nice, and that would really screw me over. But all right, let's keep it going here. Would you rather? This is an age-old debate, but I made it Disney-fied. Would you rather have to fight 100 Pascal-sized Sullys or a Sully-sized Pascal? So Pascal from Tangled, the lizard.
Entangled.
Chameleon. What'd I say?
100.
Did I say Frozen?
No, you said the chameleon.
Okay. Yeah, but did I say Frozen by accident?
No, you said Tangled.
Okay, great. I was making sure I got it right. Yeah, Pascal from Tangled.
So Pascal from Tangled. So 100 Sully-sized.
No, 100 little Sullys or one giant Pascal.
And
And this goes off the what's the famous one, like 100 like
Yeah,
duck-sized gorillas or one gorilla-sized duck or something like that.
I think I'm going with give me the little
I
Sullies.
am also on that. I'd kick those little, pump them to the moon. Just absolutely. I'm gonna die
Yeah,
no matter what. Like the Sullys will like by like the 20th Sully, they start climbing up on each other and like they start biting you. Like he's got claws and teeth. Like I am going to be dead.
true.
But I'd rather that than all of a sudden have just like a chameleon tongue just snatch me. Like I'm all set with that. I'd rather try to go down with a fight, but I can't fight Pascal.
Yeah, I'm putting on my size 14 boots and I'm going river dancing on
There we
some
go.
Sullies. So yeah, that's that's definitely my choice. Whereas yeah, a giant Pascal, that would be kind of tough. Although they do say chameleons are pretty slow, so maybe I would have a chance. But yeah, I think I
I
still go
think
with the Sullies.
I think of I don't know if you I don't think you've been on this. I think we talked about this before, but it's tough to be a bug has a scene where like I think it is a chameleon or a lizard or something like that. Like it's it's bug sized, so it's because we're the size of bug, so it looks pretty big, and it just
Yep.
like snatches Hopper with like its tongue or whatever. And I think about that, and
Mm.
that would just absolutely be me. So yeah, I'm all set with that. All right, we're gonna get a little Star Warsy and Marvel now before we end with our last two, which are gonna be Disney parks related. But
Yes,
would you
yes.
rather be able, as a power set, get to have a lightsaber and use the Force like a Jedi, or have Thor's hammer Mjolnir and have all of Thor's power set? So strength, his ability to control thunder and lightning, all that good stuff. Or so basically, would you rather be a Jedi or would you rather be Thor?
Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with Jedi.
Okay, interesting.
I would rather be a Jedi, and my reason being is I think a lightsaber is much cooler than Mjolnir. Um, and then depending on what kind of Jedi you are, we have seen lightning from Palpatine before, so I can kind of take a little bit of that lightning and use it for myself. Now,
Well, that's a Sith. He's a Sith. That's bad. Bad stuff. Yeah, but
I,
Yoda uses it.
you,
Yeah. Okay. Never
you're
mind.
I mean, you're still using it's still that Jedi power. So yeah, being able to use the Force, it's interesting because like when you think about it, it's like Thor uses magic, but in a sense, to a Jedi, that might look like you just threw your hammer and you brought it back with the Force. That's
Mhm.
kind of what it looks like. Um, but and then yes, you can control thunder and lightning, but at the same time, you're not Storm, and we've seen some Jedi's do some crazy things. So yeah, I think I would much rather be a Jedi than have Thor's power.
That's fair. All right. I got props. We have Mjolnir. We got a lightsaber here. It's a tough choice. I love Thor. I love the Jedi. I love Star Wars. But at the end of the day, lightsaber. Lightsaber being a Jedi has been something
Jedi.
like I love Marvel. If if this was a conversation like you get Spider-Man's power set or Jedi, I'm throwing this into the other room, even though I will not. This is very cool. Lightsaber from Disney World. Dreamed of being a Jedi. I remember like when the prequels came out, it was 4, so I wasn't really into it then. But like by episode 2, when they came out, I was a little bit older. I remember
Yep.
buying the $10 like telescope blade lightsabers from the store. Like I was all excited.
Oh
My mom
yeah.
wouldn't let me buy a Mace Windu one, so like I would just steal all the toilet paper. I would
Yep.
unravel the toilet paper and I would like color the toilet paper rolls like purple, and I made my own Mace Windu one. And my mom's like, "All right, well if you're gonna keep doing that, I'll just buy you the $10 lightsaber." So that's how I got my Mace Windu lightsaber. But no, I've dreamed of being a Jedi. I like all that stuff, and I know it's pretend, but like going to Disney and like getting to build this lightsaber that I have in my hands for sorry for the audio listeners, but this is from the Southeast Workshop, like was
Yep.
the coolest thing. It was 15 minutes. It was really expensive, but like the whole story behind it where you're scavenging these old Jedi lightsaber parts and you're picking your kyber crystal and they do the ceremony where it's like ignite the blade, and I know it's fake, but man, that just felt so cool. So I would love to do that. I'd love to control the Force to help people, and I know Thor help people too. But I've just always dreamed of being a Jedi since I was 6, 7 years old. So I think I'd have to pick that again. If we change the Marvel character to somebody like Spider-Man, Captain America, we might have a discussion. Even though Star Wars being a Jedi has been my lifelong dream because that was my first love with Star Wars before Marvel. I can be easily swayed to the Marvel side. But if we're going Thor versus the Jedi all day, every day.
Well, knowing your fandom, let me just ask you this. Would you rather be a Jedi or a wizard?
Jedi. I
Still
love,
Jedi?
yeah, I love Harry Potter. Don't get me wrong. Um, oh, Stevie, that's mean. No, I'm thinking about it again. Um, shoot. I am going to go Jedi still, but it wasn't. It's not as easy as I made it sound because I did dump Star Wars for a little bit because I was on a big Harry Potter kick, and I still love Harry Potter to this. Just absolutely adore it. Love the books, love the movies. I'm going to go with Star Wars, but I made it seem like that's a stupid easy answer, but no, it's a lot harder when I rethought about it. Your boy was Harry Potter for like 4 Halloweens in a row, so like yeah, I'm gonna stick with Star Wars. I'm gonna stick with Harry Potter.
Okay, okay.
All right, got 3 more here. Next one. So this is our
All right.
last like nerdy one. This is all nerdy. It's a Disney podcast, folks. Before we switch to the park ones, but
Don't matter.
would you rather live in Marvel's main timeline version of New York City or live on the planet of Tatooine? So that's the big sand planet from episode 4 and The Mandalorian, stuff like that. So basically, would you rather live in New York City in the Marvel main timeline? So not the Fantastic Four one. I'm talking the one that gets like freaking destroyed every 5 seconds by these superheroes. So you're always at risk of danger. Or would you rather live on a desert planet with scary aliens, crate dragons? You got the Jawas, you got the sand people that could kill you. You got Imperial stormtroopers. You got all this stuff coming at you. Both, if you think about it, I know New York City on paper is not a bad place to live, but in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, terrible place to live. Bad. Which of these crappy places would you rather live?
I think for me, it's no question. Give me New York City. Um, Definitely give me New York City. And my reasoning behind that is if I lived on Tatooine when, you know, when the dumpster fire begins, there isn't always a Jedi around to save you.
Mm.
So there are a lot of times where you might just be hoping that the Imperial Guard, you know, is there and decides to help you. They do not have the best track record for any shopkeeper or anything along those lines. I do know, yes, living in New York. First off, I just think after the Avengers movie, could you imagine what insurance deductibles must have looked like?
Crazy.
Like,
Just
how do
crazy.
you imagine calling Liberty Mutual and telling them, "Hey, so I need Avengers coverage." It's like, "Oh, what is that?" Well, I ran into an incident and I saw the Hulk throw my SUV 70 yards into some alien's face, and it's like, "Oh, I don't think we cover that." And like, and think about the other side thing of it. So yeah, I was going. I'm gonna be late for work today because I just saw uh, Doc Ock rip the B train off the track. What do you do in this? I
Yeah.
would, but at least I know there are heroes around
Mm-hmm.
all times of the day to save me, whether it is Spider-Man, Daredevil, Captain America. Like there's someone there to save me. Whereas if I'm in Tatooine, I'm screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I am totally screwed if things go down because it's like you can watch things like The Mandalorian, you can watch Obi-Wan. They've got their own story arc line going on. They are not focused on saving me. I can hope that I cross their path and they decide to help me out, but a majority of the time, I am paying protection money to a hut that
Yeah,
really isn't going to protect me, and
there's it.
I'm screwed. Send me to New York, where it is just hell, and I would much rather take my chances there because I know somebody is coming to save me. And because again, other than the snap, other than the blip, you don't. I mean, they're not really going to tell
People are
you.
dying, Stevie. You're there's
Yeah,
absolutely a chance you're
there's
dying.
they're not telling you a lot of the
Yeah,
obituaries.
those heroes are saving as many people as they can, and they're leaving you crying while like your loved ones are all dead, and they're gonna go eat shawarma now. That's what they're doing. Okay,
Yep.
while you're burying your dead. That's definitely people are definitely dying there.
When you
Um,
find out, like I live on the eighth floor of a 12-story building, and I now have a sunroof.
yeah.
Like
So
that, you're in trouble.
I am also gonna pick Marvel's New York City, and it's not for that crazy of a reason. It's I hate sand so much. Like I legitimately hate it so much that I would just take my chances living in that dump hole of Marvel's New York City
Oh, that's hilarious.
over having like sand in my shoes. Like I just if I'm gone, I'm gone. It is when like but at least I don't have sand on my shoes when I'm out. Like I know that's super morbid, but man, I hate sand that much. So that's where my instinct goes. All right.
That's
Uh
hilarious.
last two. Super easy. This should be quick.
Okay,
Mickey ice cream bar or Mickey ice cream sandwich?
I'm going sandwich.
I'm also going sandwich. I don't really like Klondike bars. I don't like that when you bite it, the chocolate starts coming off. Sometimes if you don't bite it right, and then it gets melty. I love a good ice cream sandwich. That little whatever that chocolate like little red part of the sandwich, an ice cream sandwich.
Yep.
I don't even need the ice cream. If you could just give me a stack of that, just like Oreo cookie, same thing. Like take out the cream, just give me the cookie. I will eat that all day, every day. I love that soft little whatever that is. Love that. Sorry for that
Yeah,
sound effect. Roll with the headphones. My bad. Hand up, coach. My bad.
yeah, definitely the ice cream sandwich. The ice cream bars, it's just I mean, they're both simple for the most part, simple ice cream treats, but I guess the bar I've just never really been big on or like
I
gravitated towards all that much.
I do love that the bar is definitely more iconic. Like that's on merch, and
True.
I like wearing that kind of merch, like the Disney snacky kind of merch. But if I'm picking one to eat, I'm going ice cream sandwich every day. The Mickey one
It, it
specifically.
it's also, I mean, it's an ice cream sandwich. That's like when we're talking ice cream, that's old reliable right there. Like
Yeah,
there's that you can't mess up an ice cream sandwich.
and then it's
It's
Mickey shaped, so it's
simple.
even better.
Yeah, exactly. That, like I said, old reliable. I'm going with the fundamental, the ice cream sandwich.
All right, last one. I'm thinking about this now. This might be a dud for you because I don't even know if you go on this ride, but whatever, we're gonna do it anyway. At Hollywood Studios, would you rather have Tower of Terror as is, or would you rather have it themed to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, a la what happened in California Adventure? You don't go on this ride, and I don't think about it though. At least I don't
So
think you did
so
when we went last year.
no, so
Years ago.
I'm not a huge heights person. I've been working on it. So no, I haven't been on this ride, but I would want it to stay the same just
My
because
man,
I
my bad.
love the Twilight Zone, and we already have a Guardians ride.
Yep.
So I don't need another Guardians ride. Not that I say like I don't want one, but if we're just you know, giving it a fresh new coat of paint, like no, I want to keep um the Tower of Terror the way that it is. And I've watched like POVs to see like what it looks like and all of that. I I used to watch the original show, the Twilight Zone show.
Hmm.
So many cartoons have parodied the Twilight Zone. I love it. So yeah, I would not want to change it whatsoever. But see, I mean, Because Disneyland doesn't have Cosmic Rewind, correct?
No, their only Guardians ride is Mission Breakout. So that was the
Yes.
first Marvel Disney ride. Was Mission Breakout got or replaced Tower of Terror at California Adventure? That was the first Marvel ride in any Disney theme park.
Yeah. So
That's actually might not be true, but in continental United States, that's definitely true.
So either way, like for them, I get it. It makes sense. That's fine, no problem. But yeah, I'm not. I'm fine with the Twilight Zone. Keep the Twilight Zone alive. That is just a pure nostalgia move. I
Yeah.
don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, I've never got to ride Cosmic Rewind. The last time I went to Disneyland was the only time it was 2003. So it was like a year
Yeah.
after Disneyland California, or sorry, a year after California Adventure opened up. So never been on Mission Breakout. I'm dying to do it. I think it would be a blast, but I do not want to lose Tower of Terror for it, kind of thing. Even if we didn't have Mission Break or Cosmic Rewind, excuse me, I would still want to keep. Because I thought about that too. I was like, oh, is that impacting my decision here because we already have a Guardians ride? No, I'm on record. I want as many Marvel rides as we can. I would do anything for Disney World to have, like, be able to do them. Obviously, with the Universal contract, that's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Guardians is something you can do, so I'm all for that. But the nostalgic of it, the fact that, like, for such a family themed park, we have a ride at Disney World that involves, like, you're the whole point of the ride is you die. Like, that's very funny to me. It's very adult. It takes that level up. Like, I like rides that are just nice family friendly rides. Like, give me your Poos, your Peter Pan, all that stuff. But as like an adult, like, I do like rides that have put a little fear in you, kind of thing, and not so. And this is cool because it's not just the fear of like heights and doing the random drops, anything like that. Like that, all that stuff comes with Cosmic Rewind, but like it's spooky, right? It's like a cool little like spooky season all year round. You can ride this ride at Christmas time. You can ride it at Halloween, 4th of July, whatever. But it's gonna give that little spooky vibes that I kind of like. And there's the theming is in just love it. I think if this ride ever does get rethemed, which I could see happening one day, like down the line, I think that's gonna be the last day that this park will be called Hollywood Studios. I think because it's the icon right now. I think eventually how it's used is going to become Disney Adventure Park, which is what they've changed Disney Studios Paris. That theme park is going to be, I don't know if it changed yet, but it's going to be called Disney Adventure Park. I think they're going to do something similar like that, where it's going to be kind of like Epic Universe, where like you have the different portals. So like not necessarily the same thing, but go with me here. You have the Toy Story Land, you already have Galaxy's Edge. You're going to have a Monstropolis. I think we're going to have like multiple mini hyperlands that are focused on a sole property. So I could see this going away one day. I don't think it's going to get rethemed, though. If it's anything, it's going to be like just bulldozed over, in my opinion. But I really hope that day never comes because I love the Hollywood Tower Hotel. I love the Tower of Terror. Keep this theme forever, please, Disney. I'm begging you. But that's it. That's my Disney this or that. That was fun. Just get to know.
I like that.
We can do some more. One thing I would love to do is to get some audience participation. Maybe make a Google form in the future. Next time we want to do an episode like this, where people give us their this or that for us to discuss, and we can put polls on. And I think that'd be kind of fun to do. So we'll do that, make it more interactive in the future. But yeah, I think that's the episode. We ended up early enough. I might go watch some Gravity Falls now, Stevie. But yeah, last words, anything like that?
No. The only thing that I want to say is, I'm always getting told by family members, friends, listeners of the show of how much that you guys, love listening to our content. Send us that, comment on our posts. If you want to DM us, you are more than welcome to. If you want to send us an email telling us that you like what we're doing, let us know, because for 2026 we're already starting to make plans of how we want to take this up a notch. We've gotten our feet wet, so we're always looking to take it up a notch, and we would love to hear from our listeners what it is that you like that we do. Hopefully we are bringing that Disney joy into your life. I'm here, as I said, I hear from friends, family, listeners all the time that they love what we're doing. They love listening to us, to the point where I've actually had a couple of people ask me why they didn't get an episode on Tuesday, because they hadn't yet listened to the last episode where we were telling them that it was football season.
Yeah.
So Yes, comment, DM, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Email
Honestly,
us.
Stevie, like we haven't really talked about this. If there's like a topic like somebody's super passionate about, and you want to be like a guest host on it to do it, like I'm down to have a couple guests. Like we're Dadventures around the kingdom. We'll take everybody. We'll take moms, dads. You don't have to be a parent at all. We'll take you in. If you're a friend of
Exactly.
ours, let's do it. Obviously, it's gonna be something we're excited to talk about, but let us know. We're happy to do it. I definitely want more audience participation. We did that really early on with the roller coaster rankings, which was super fun. We had like 20 people respond to that in our like baby infant days of this podcast. Hoping to expand that more, and we'll do more of those kind of things, especially when we do next year. We have more time to sit down and be like beat by beat what we want to do every week. We'll get more of that going. But yeah, definitely let us know. We'd love to have you on, just participate in general, but also by like liking things, reviewing things, commenting on things. It just helps the algorithm like for people to do this. At the end of the day, Stevie and I aren't in this to become professional podcasters. This is a really passionate project, whether 20 million people are listening to this or just like our parents, like whatever, we're going to keep doing this. But it is nice to be able to connect with more Disney fans. So definitely like, rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. So we get into other people, Disney fans' ears, and we can have more of these fun conversations together.
Yes, we want to hear from you guys as much as possible. So share, rate, review, all of that. Let us know how you feel. But yeah, that's
listening.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for listening. And that's going to be it from us. So as always, guys, have a great week and keep it magical.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. You can listen to the pod on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can also find us on our Instagram at Dadventures Around the Kingdom. If you have any ideas for future episode topics you'd like to hear, be sure to DM us on Instagram or email us at datkpod@gmail.com. Again, that's datkpod@gmail.com. If you want to follow our host Stevie on Instagram, you can do that at StevieJenko. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can also do that by following at Magical Vacays by Cam. That's my travel agency page if you're interested in booking Walt Disney World or Disneyland vacation at no additional cost to you. Feel free to DM me on there so we can definitely talk and I can get you a free, no obligation quote. Again, thanks for listening to Dadventures Around the Kingdom. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.